Yeah, just having another look at UNX. This is about the third time I've recorded this because we did it without any sound a minute ago. What we've got here is the full fib set, okay, over here. Last fib being here, okay. That was at around about 59 cents, okay. The 61.8 here, it just failed. It didn't quite go through that there, okay. And what I've also drawn in here, which is probably a bit premature because it's the end of that other recording. I'll just take it back to where it was here. We put it on that high to the low, and that gives a 161 target, okay? I'll just get rid of this one in here. So we can just see what we're looking at. Okay, and then it's traded through our target, which is about 82 cents, okay, and topped out about half a cent shy of our 161 up here. Okay, so something to bear in mind there. Okay, now what it's done is it's come back down here and it's hit what we call the Alamo, the last man standing, this fib here. Now if I just take this back up here, again, okay, to our height, okay, and we'll see our 38.2%, okay, lines up with this perfectly, okay, so that's given us our bottom. Just talk about the ranges first. This is the range here, and I've taken the range from the bottom here to the closing high, and because I've figured that was pretty much below off top, and we had a look at, this was the larger range we talked about in the other videos, and it just sort of basically has just completed, okay? This was one of the smaller ranges we were talking about, and it completed it easily, and yeah, interesting enough, the smaller range becomes support. Just going to go in a little bit closer and just show you a few things in here as well. If I also take a fib set from the run, okay, the last run where it just went a little bit mad, okay, up to the top. Okay, our 161 aligns with our zeros down the bottom here. So, okay, so that's saying it's back tested and it's a good fib set. It also lines up with the 38.2, which lines up with the overall Alamo 23.6 along there. So you've got 1, 2, 3 fib lines all lining up there. So that's a very powerful support, okay? And what we can see is it came down and it landed right on it with this candle here, went slightly through it, okay? Traded through it because it opened on it, okay? Traded through it and then traded up higher. It's hit another little top up here on the 71 cents, went slightly through that, traded back down, but now has not retested it, okay, and that is good because that is very bullish. And what it's also showing here is this is now making a higher low, okay, this is a higher low. If you were to put a line chart on that, you'd have in your line you'd have a turn here, a turn there, and a higher turn there. So what this stock is now going to do, and it's past the previous closing high, is going to do and make a higher high, which is another bullish sign, okay? So something to bear in mind there. Also, if we were just looking at taking an Elliott wave count, you would look at that. You could look at this as a wave 1 and a wave 2, okay? This being a wave 3, this being a wave 4, and now it'll be off to make a wave 5, okay? Where it makes wave 5 top, we don't know. Once it gets through this old high here, it might have a couple of cracks at it, but once it gets through that, it's obviously up to this fib here at $1.14, okay? And the other thing we've got to remember about the stock too is we have higher gaps to fill, okay? At $1.21 is one higher gap to fill, and there's another one at $1.40 and another one at $1.60 odd, just off the top of my head. Yeah, but what I want to do is I'm just going to show you my trading chart. Firstly, what I just might do is I just might have a look at this here and just measure this here. Okay, we can't see any lines due to the fact of, yeah, well, we'll forget that, but just trying to line it up by eye, it is around about 50%. Wave 2 cannot retrace more than 50% of wave 1, otherwise it's invalid. So if this was invalid here, we would be looking at, this is wave 1 and this is wave 2 with wave 3 yet to come, and it'll be a beauty, and then a 4 and then a 5. Okay, so that can still happen as well, but I'll be back with the trading chart. Just back here with the trading chart. Sorry about the mess. I can understand it. That's all it counts, to me anyway. This down here is the golden cross on the daily chart. We've had a golden cross, which is very powerful. Okay, and our 7-day moving average is going to glance off our 14, which is also good. That will happen tomorrow with an open up here. Okay, which I'd expect to be definitely above that line there at 71. It could even gap up. Okay, so it's going to turn, and they're both going to head up on their merry little way. These are some fib projections to look along the way of where it can go to, and there's a 161 just up a little bit higher here at $1.20, which aligns around about where our gap we were talking about. I'm just going to have a look at the indicators on the daily chart, and the first things that we've got here, the little blue and the little red, are short entries for a long on the DEMA. Okay, so the DEMA has come back to around about 60. Okay, on the daily chart, it ran to 90 before. Okay, so we can expect it to do that again. Okay, now I've just seen some stocks that have run to 95 on a DEMA, which was pretty out there. It's pretty huge, but yeah, this can still have a long way to run here is what I'll be looking at. Our SCOF is about to turn up. Okay, our MACD is chucked a buy. Okay, it's a zero lag MACD, and we've had a big increase in volume. We've had a double increase in volume, so that's all good. I'm just going to come back with the weekly chart and show you the candlestick there. Just back here with the weekly chart. One of the reasons why I'm really bullish on this stock, and have been, and always thought, well, it can really go, is because we've had a golden cross on the daily chart, okay, which was a very powerful cross, and you can see how much it pushed the stock up. Now what we're just doing here is we're just starting the 7-day, is just the 7-period moving average is just going through the 200 here. So it's just starting to golden cross on the weekly chart, okay? So we've already done that on the daily. Now it's just starting to do a golden cross on a weekly chart. Also, what you see here, the candlestick here, and the tails on this candle and the tails on that candle there are long rejection candles, okay? This is basically a hammer candle, okay, which is a very good sign of a bullish stock. Okay, so bear that in mind. I'm just going to come back with the monthly chart and just quickly give you a glimpse of that, and then you'll probably see how far this thing can really go. Just here with the monthly chart, you'll see the because of the stock, the amount of data we have on the stock, it hasn't been around a long time, so the MAs is just sort of basically forming, and they're all ready to turn and turn back up. This little green arrow here is computer generated by Metastock, which is the Turtle Trader. Now the Turtle Trader has put a buy on this stock on every chart, daily, weekly and monthly, and has not put a sell on it yet. Okay, and it doesn't even look like doing it. Okay, so we're going to expect these to move straight back up through the 50 here and give us the same sort of thing that's happening on the weekly. Okay, that's what I'd be thinking, and that's just the first start of the candles here. Okay, if similar sort of a pattern here, so we've got a larger candle. Okay, so we could expect a month with one of these big candles coming up, is what I'd be looking at. Anyway, that's me for today on UNX. Out of time.